with Scott Sinner, my good friend, and he's going to demo his pedalboard. If you have any questions, just ask me in your dreams or email me at babyclown@americancenter.com. Thanks!
Hello, as BabyClown mentioned, I'm Scott Sinner, and I think there are demos of the individual pedals online, so I'm going to explain what purpose each pedal has, but I'm not going to focus on that too much. Just highlights of each pedal, some typical settings I use, the order they are in the chain, and the 4 sections that I have things divided into, and then we'll get to some combos. Got 3 guitars here. We got the Reverend Buckshot, Reverend Sensei, and the Godin 5th Avenue. You'll see the Buckshot has Filtertron type single coil. The Sensei has 2 humbuckers, and the Godin has a P90. Those are all stock pickups there. Got the Quilter Aviator. It's on the gain channel, but the gain's down pretty low, just moderate volume here. Very clean amp. SM57. Focusrite into the DAW. And what do you have on there for mastering, BabyClown?
I just have a little bit of compression and a little bit of limiting. Shouldn't color anything.
Okay, good, thanks.
No problem.
This is a pedal train. It's all powered by a Voodoo Lab Pedal Power Mondo. Loop 1, voices. Here I have things that make the guitar sound less like a guitar. Here's our clean tone with the Sensei. First up on Loop 1, we have Pitchfork. It's a pitch shifter from Electro Harmonics. Next up, we have the Vitruvian mod from Subdecay. This is a ring modulator, and it does the regular ring modulation with the carrier, but it can also detect pitch. Let me show you the carrier first. So, for example, you can, if you're used to ring modulation, you can essentially tune it to the song. So we'll start off with something like that. But you hear with certain notes it sounds discordant. Now we'll switch it to pitch detecting. So you hear a little craziness there. Next up, we have the B9 from Electro Harmonics, organ simulator, and this one's polyphonic. Next, Frentabit, Bit Crusher, Sample Rate Reducer. WMD Geiger counter, civilian issue, more bit depth, sample rate, but also wave tables. A lot of the settings on this approach fuzz, but it's unabashedly digital. It can sound pretty nasty by itself, but we'll show you some combos later. Next up, we have Loop 2, Nightmares. Here we have overdrive, distortion, fuzz. I named it Nightmares because most of the pedals are horse pedals from VFE. First, to clean tone. First, we have the VFE Pale Horse. It's a tube screamer type with a lot of extras. This one is actually the MOSFET version, which seems to sound a little bit different. Next we have the VFE Dark Horse. This is a distortion that ranges from pretty mild to really saturated and compressed. And last from VFE, we have the Fiery Red Horse. This is a fuzz that goes all the way from germanium to silicone and all points in between. And last we got the Moog Drive. This has tone and filter knobs that really push the limits. It's also at the end of the drive chain to tame some of the things that precede it. Loop 3 is Visions. I have synesthesia, so these are a bunch of pedals that have really pronounced visual distortions. The VFE Bumblebee, Slow Attack. No idea how to pronounce it, from Catalan Bread. It's a harmonic mesmerizer, which is a surprisingly accurate description. Subdecay Prometheus, we'll come back to that. Subdecay Siren, Pitch Vibrato. Subdecay Anamnesis Echo, which is a modulated delay. Particle, which is a granular delay and pitch shifter. You could spend a weekend with this guy. Polera, lots of reverbs, really good sound quality in my opinion. A Ditto X2 looper, you know what that does. And El Capistan, named after a capstan, which is a thing you roll up an anchor onto, as well as the little bits inside the old tape recorders. It's a tape delay unit, of course. I use that for my normal delays. Now I'm going to switch to the things that are not in a loop and the reasons for that. The first thing in the chain, which is actually the first thing on the whole pedal board after this mute switch, which didn't do anything, is the White Horse Compressor by VFE. Here's a clean tone. So we have the Mad Professor cymbal. That's off the loop. It's used mostly as a boost, so that's kind of a fundamental item. The Zoom CDR is a multi-effects in and of itself. It's also my tuner, so that's why it's off the loop. The ZVEX Sonar is a tremolo. It has tap tempo. I just keep it off the loop. Use that effect quite a lot. All right, we're going to move on to the combination platters. Let's have some pitch, organ, and reverb. Good horror tones there. Let's try some lo-fi organ. The Zoom can, of course, do its own combos of things. Might not really need it with all these other units, but again, it's also my tuner. The Prometheus also does a bandpass, which can be fun on the things, the fuzz and the Geiger counter that get really harsh. Can do a massive slow warble here with the slow attack on. Another thing that the Zoom is useful for is just, I don't have an EQ on here. So something like the Geiger counter that gets really crazy, you can tame the highs a little bit. aimed less than I intended, but some synthy mess anyway. Mission engineering, expressionator. You can do different modes here. A reverse logarithmic. Forward, backward linear. This one's going to the Moog. Logarithmic works best on it. You can see what the other ones are set on as you click through. So you can use more than one at once with the expressionator. Sounds like a dying cat.
Thanks for spending time with us. You can check this out on pedalsfusion.com, and you can hang out with us at americancenter.com. Bye!